16 days and 5 hours away from kickoff against North Dakota State. RK, Jake, our guy, Uncle Neely. It's been a little while.
Jake, I got it.
It's been a little while since we
that's
talked
why I had to
about
refresh.
Yeah,
I had to
exactly.
refresh. Jake, I got it, okay.
So, I think it's been about 5 practices since we saw you last.
Yep.
Well, not since we saw you last, but since we talked to you last. I want to go broad here. Over those 5 practices, what and who have stood out to you?
Well, I'll tell you what has absolutely happened. The offense has caught up. The practices, including this past scrimmage Saturday, are more competitive, more equal. When one unit is getting the advantage, the next unit comes back the next time and stalemates it. So I think we have, what is it called, polarity? Can we use that word? It's like we got these different ends of this same thing that are now connected strongly. It's not where it's like, damn, how's the defense so dominant, the offense can't move the ball? But it's one of those things where, for instance, the running game, right, has really picked up, but that's not a slight to the defensive line. They're just finding a way. The defensive line is still just as strong.
You mentioned the running game. You know, last time we spoke and did this, you said Charlie, if they had a game on that Thursday, he would have been starting. Where do you see that competition at right now?
I would still say, like, we're standing here right now on a Tuesday, right? And if we were playing this Thursday, he would still be RB1, but that gap is doing this.
Yeah.
And I would also add to the listeners out there and to my counterparts here, I'm seeing the same thing at QB2. I think Ponder is gaining on Staub. If it were this Thursday, Staub is still QB2, but I'm seeing the QB2 race tighten up, and I'm seeing the RB1 race tighten up.
Are you saying he's giving the coaches something to ponder?
I love it. I love it. This guy, his puns do not stop. They know no limits. I think he is truly giving the coaches something to ponder. His command of the offense, his arm, his legs. I think he has a talent there.
Okay, so going back to kind of the end of last week and the beginning of this week, some players of the week, if you will.
Players of the week, just hodgepodge thrown at you. I'm going to go with Michael Welch at running back. Had some big runs during the scrimmage, and I mean, they were dominant runs where he sought out the contact and still got the score. Jeremiah Brown at linebacker played extremely well, not just in the scrimmage and plays, but also on the sideline, you know, coaching and communicating, the totality of it. Shedeur to Travis is still just special, man. Like, it is unreal. Bun B, co-founder of UGK, standing there during the scrimmage, he says, this shit is like a video game. Like, it's like I'm watching the video game. There was no way that ball could get in that window and be caught. The ball got in the window and was caught. It's unreal.
We haven't talked to Coach Hart yet, but you mentioned JB and the linebackers. Is it still Bentley and Woods out there with the ones? It is.
And you're starting to see that change a lot because Coach Hart is like some of these other coaches. He has so much depth in his room now that you're seeing guys get 5 or 6 reps versus 2, 3, or 4 reps. We're still at that phase at camp, though, where everybody's getting reps. I think we go into next week, that's going to start to change.
Last week we saw the kind of shakeup on the offensive line maybe settle down a little bit. It looked like Tyler Brown was working at right tackle. Does it feel like he might be making the official switch to that spot?
It feels that way. There have also been some guys resting with some kind of nagging injuries, not that would keep them from playing against North Dakota State or beyond. And so you're seeing some substitutions with that in mind as well. But as it stands, Tyler Brown, for clarification, has spent more time at that right tackle than he has at one of the guard positions he used to play.
This is kind of just looking a bit farther ahead. You know, we have that practice on Friday, but is next week going to be when they officially start North Dakota State prep week?
Absolutely. Well, that is started now.
Okay.
I think what you'll see more of, though, is a lessening of reps for people who are not going to be on that final depth chart, is in the rotation. Right now, this is still an opportunity for people to prove yourself. You know, I think, and this isn't something I heard Coach Prime say, one of the position coaches say, this is me just reading the tea leaves in the room and watching practice. I think you got this week going to that Friday Denver practice to solidify if you're the guy or not. After that, you're going to see 1 or 2 guys getting the reps because we're preparing for the game.
I love it. Last thing for me, Coach Jay Phil today said about 6 to 8 wide receivers kind of in his room. Can we go through who you think those guys are?
Sure, shoot me some names.
So you got Travis, Jimmy, LeJounte, Will, Omar and Miller?
Miller has been given reps, and Timmons, Terrell Timmons.
Okay, that gets
so
us
that's
to 6. And then we were thinking maybe like Draylon Miller.
I've been seeing him get interchangeable reps right there. But I think when Coach Phillips says 6 to 8, it's really the 6.
6
versus
a couple other guys maybe getting a chance.
Yeah, getting a chance based on situations, down the distance, fatigue during the game. Because again, man, here's the difference with this team this year versus last year. You not only have depth now, you have talent at depth. So someone goes down for whatever reason. I don't care if they got the stomach flu or just ain't got the hands that day. He's got guys capable, you know. Then there's a pretty good drop off after that when you get past number 8. You know, let's say he's got 15 in the room. I don't think you're going to see, you know, wide receiver 13 in the game. But those first 6 are going to get some shots.
I guess last question, just kind of to go with that. Are there any young guys who have stood out to you? You know, Taj McCoy, the wide receivers. You
picked the name right there, perfect one, Taj McCoy.
Yeah.
I think he's going to make noise this year. I think he's going to be one of those guys. I think, Jake, you and I talked about it early on. Who was left off this preseason list that you think will be on it? Taj McCoy is going to make the list at the end of the year.
Love it. Appreciate you, Unc.
All right, man, all the time. And, hey, can't forget the Prime Mobile.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to do the show from sitting in the cart, but RK didn't want to do it. So, Coach Prime, he didn't want to sit in your car. Oh, my bad, man.
Thank you, bro.
I got to be invited to sit in the cart by the man whose name
Oh,
is
I got
on
you.
it.
I was going to say, I invited you, man, you know.
All right.